You know the words. You're fluent. But when it's time to speak, you freeze, overthink, or even shut down. But the truth is, your English might not be the problem. It could be fear. In this video, I'll show you how to speak fearlessly, even if you're unsure. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Frustrated to Fluent. I'm Devin Bruce. I'm the founder and CEO of the English Communication Academy, and we help non-native English speakers in healthcare communicate effectively with their patients, colleagues, and staff. And today I wanted to talk about how to speak fearlessly, how to speak confidently, because fluency without confidence is like having a voice you're afraid to use. And this video is here to change that. Now, I really want to talk about what fear actually sounds like. People have an idea of what it looks like, what it feels like, but not necessarily what it sounds like. It could come across as over apologizing, speaking too fast, rambling, sometimes not even speaking at all. But fear creates this self monitoring that really gets in the way because you're so busy with the fear that you can't connect with others. But the good thing here is that you don't need to work so hard to get rid of the fear. You can actually work with it. Here are some quick reframes for that. When you are feeling fearful, your brain is trying to protect you. So the fear is trying to protect you from not sounding confident. It's trying to protect you from putting yourself out there in the wrong way. It's trying to protect you from that. Also, fear and excitement, they low key feel the same in your body. I know that's kind of weird, but hear me out. When you are excited, how do you feel? Sometimes your heart goes faster. Sometimes you sweat a little bit. Sometimes you just can't really speak because you're just so excited. They're very similar to the fear. So when we're talking about speaking fearlessly or speaking confidently, it's not about being perfect and it's not about trying to get rid of the fear as much as possible and as quickly as possible because the fear is going to be there. It just means being present with it and working through it anyway. So acknowledging the fear and just talking anyway, because fear is actually not your enemy. Silence is. Now, here are some ways that you can speak confidently. If you are in the moment and you don't have a lot of time, you can do a grounding technique. It's so simple and it's so effective. You do a deep breath in, pause, hold it for a second, and then breathe out. And then you speak. This helps your voice stay calm and clear, even if your heart is going like 1,000 miles a minute. I do this sometimes before I'm doing a speech or I'm doing a presentation. If I'm feeling a little nervous, because that's normal, I ground myself by breathing. And it just lets your nervous system know that you're safe. Another way is to practice power phrases and make sure that you have them in your back pocket so you can use them in the moment. Some power phrases can include, let me rephrase that. Here's what I'd like to add. Let's walk through this together. If you have phrases like that already stored, when you're in the moment and starting to feel anxious, those are going to be really helpful to get back control. Another thing that you can do, which is what I highly recommend, is to record yourself speaking. It doesn't have to be some big, fancy, elaborate thing. Just take your phone out and record yourself for about 60 seconds. This will give you an idea of how you sound to people. Now, this is very important. Review it without judging yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you don't like what you hear. Just observe how you sound. So observe the rhythm, the tone, the clarity, the pacing. When you record yourself, and especially if you review it without judgment, that will help build trust with yourself. Also, if you do review it without judgment, you can have a really good assessment on what works and what doesn't. It gives you the information you need to improve. Speaking confidently and speaking fearlessly, that starts with feeling safe in your own voice. Now, let's quickly talk about the truth about confidence. Confidence doesn't come before you speak, it comes from speaking. So every time you speak, even when you're afraid, especially when you're afraid, I should say, you start to build more and more trust with yourself. And I'll talk about my own Arabic journey. I'm not fluent yet, but I'm getting there. And speaking in Arabic, it's scary for me. It's so uncomfortable. But I know that that is a part of the process. If I don't speak, I will not get confident. And then if I'm not confident, I'm not going to be able to express myself in the way that I want to one day. So I have to go through the trenches of being very, very uncomfortable because the discomfort is not the enemy. You can work with it. So it's the same thing for you. When you are trying to get confident in speaking, you have to do the scary thing. You have to be uncomfortable. You have to feel the discomfort. That's the only way to work through it. But when you work through it, I promise you, it is so worth it because confidence is not built in the moment. It's not a personality trait. It's a practice. All right. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Also share this with other non-native English speakers in healthcare. I am on a mission to close the language gap in healthcare. Also, if you are ready to speak more fearlessly in your life, please join our 5-day challenge. It's designed to help people like you who are fluent, but they want to take their fluency to the next level in a very short period of time. If you want to join us for that, the link is in the description box below. And if you are enjoying these videos and you want more content, check out these videos too. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.